area residents who have agreed to come here today and help us focus on the Elmhurst Yorkfield Food Pantry. Let's begin by having each of you tell us who you are and what your favorite food is.
Hi, my name is Brenda, and I am Health Nut. I love summer tomatoes that come out of the garden. In my opinion, store-bought tomatoes taste like cardboard, and I don't think they deserve the name tomatoes. If I had to use the food pantry, I would be in an organic panic.
Thank you, Brenda. Contestant 2.
Hi, my name is Anne, and I love pecan pie, but I also like lemon bars and Christmas cookies. Oh, and chocolate cheesecake. I guess I'll have to say that dessert is my favorite food.
Thank you, Anne. And contestant 3.
Hi, my name is Bruce. We're always on the run with my family. We're always on the go, so my favorite food is fast. Faster the better. But if I go to a sit-down restaurant, I always order barbecue ribs. That is, unless I'm in the mood for barbecue chicken.
Thank you, Bruce. Now let's begin. Buzz as soon as you know the answer. Our first question is, what is food insecurity?
I have a lot of food insecurity. When my mother-in-law comes over, I feel under so much pressure and I can't think of a thing to make. She only likes my husband's cooking, but I don't grill, so I end up making the same meatloaf that she seems to tolerate.
My food insecurity is about making healthy choices. I've read how good almonds are for your heart. They're like the most healthy nut out there. But recently I read that it takes over a gallon of water to produce one almond, and that California's in a drought. I mean, should I eat almonds or what?
Well, I'm a soccer dad, and I have food insecurities too. I never know when to feed my kids. If I feed them before a game, and it isn't mealtime, they aren't hungry. And if I make them eat, they feel sick. If I wait till afterwards, they are so starved, they need something immediately. I mean, how many Cliff Bars can you feed a kid before it's unhealthy?
Well, I'm sorry now. Maybe I wasn't clear. I wasn't talking about your food insecurities. I'm asking about food insecurity. About not knowing where your next meal is coming from.
If I've had a really busy day, and all at once it's 5 o'clock again, and we are out of leftovers, and I think, will anyone want to eat Thai again? Or can we order a pizza during the week if I make a salad to go with it? Or should we just do Portillo's?
Well, being a soccer dad, we're traveling everywhere. And I honestly can't count on a Burger King or Subway being in the area. Sometimes after a match, I'm not sure which way to head out. If I didn't see fast food coming in, there could be something going out the other way. I just never know.
Well, now, I guess a lot of us don't know where we're going to eat next or where, but I'm talking about food insecurity, about people in DuPage County whose shelves are bare, whose wallets are empty, who are not sure about where their next meal is coming from.
Well, you mean Cook County, right? Because DuPage County is one of the richest counties in the country.
I'm talking about DuPage County, one of the richest counties in the country. Did you know that in 2011, we had over 71,000 people in poverty in DuPage County?
How is that even possible?
It's hard to believe because it's hard to see. If you're shopping in a grocery store, you see full grocery carts. If you're eating out, you see full plates. You don't see the people who aren't there, who can't afford to be there. Now, let's talk about the food pantry.
Well, I can look in my pantry and know not what to serve. There's oatmeal and pasta in it, and Pop-Tarts, chocolate-covered raisins, extra ketchup, you know, just not the stuff for a meal.
My sister has a beautiful walk-in pantry with wire shelves.
Thank you. Well, let's focus a little here, okay? Let's talk about the Elmhurst Yorkfield Food Pantry. Question, do any of you know where it is?
On York Road, south of Butterfield.
In the basement of that little white house?
Next to the other Presbyterian church.
Yes, very good. You all win.
What do we win? I love free stuff.
You each win a roll of toilet paper.
Wait a minute, a roll of toilet paper? Are you kidding?
What kind of game show is this anyway?
What am I supposed to do with a roll of toilet paper?
Well, if you don't know, maybe you should donate.
Where?
The Elmhurst Yorkfield Food Pantry.
Wait a minute, toilet paper isn't food.
People having trouble affording groceries can't afford household goods either. The food pantry tries to give clients at least one roll of toilet paper each month.
One roll wouldn't last a week in my bathroom. I mean, I've got 2.5 baths, but you know what I mean.
The Northern Illinois Food Bank, where the pantry buys some of its food at a good discount, doesn't stock paper goods. So items like facial tissue, paper towels, and toilet paper can only be given out if it's donated.
Well, but one roll a month? How many clients are there?
The pantry serves between 300 and 400 families a month.
100?
Yes, last month the pantry served 369 households. In August, 371 households came through.
That means I'd have to buy 400 rolls of toilet paper just to make sure that every family got one?
You got it.
$3.99 actually. I'll donate mine.
Okay now, you each want a roll of toilet paper. Shall we continue?
Sure, I want to win something too.
What else can we win?
Why don't you wait and see? Here's a question. How much does it cost to buy food at the food pantry?
The stuff is half price, right?
No.
Don't you need a welfare card or something?
No, every client has to prove residency in one of the towns we serve, but no one needs to prove need.
I know, it's free, right?
Yes, it is. Everything in the food pantry is free of charge for our clients. Bruce, you have just one.
Yeah!
A box of macaroni and cheese.
This is great. The kids love it, and it's fast to make too.
But how do they afford it, giving everything away for free?
Good question. In fact, that's our next question. Who pays for the food in the food pantry?
It comes out of our taxes.
No, not a cent.
Surplus crops from the government.
No again.
It's donated.
Yes, it's all donated. We have another winner. You have just won for yourself a can of peas.
Wait a minute. This is a weird black and white label. Where did this food come from?
That probably came from the food bank. Just because the label is different doesn't mean the food is substandard. In fact, it probably came from the same plant as Del Monte or some other brand. New question. The Elmhurst Yorkfield Food Pantry serves 7 communities. Addison, Bensonville, Berkeley, Elmhurst, Hillside, Lombard, Oak Grove, and Villa Park. Which town has the most households served by the pantry?
I know, it's Hillside.
No.
Berkeley.
No.
Elmhurst?
Yes, the answer is Elmhurst.
Oh dear, I'm sorry that I won that.
Nevertheless, you win a carton of yogurt.
Yogurt? I thought everything in the food pantry was boxed or canned.
No, the pantry has freezers and refrigerators besides shelves of canned and packaged goods. Sometimes there's meat, sometimes eggs. Last week there was yogurt. 3 times a week, volunteers go to the 2 Elmhurst Jewel stores and pick up donations that those stores set aside specifically for our food pantry. We never know what they'll come back with, but it's always good food.
I had no idea.
Now, getting back to our clients, there are 164 Elmhurst households, not individuals, but households, that have come to the food pantry at least once this year. And the year is not over.
I'm just stunned.
The food pantry has served 790 households since the beginning of this year. Food insecurity is closer than we want to admit. It is at our doorstep. So, let's talk about some of your neighbors. Could any of them be in need of the food pantry?
No way.
Not mine.
I'm living in a neighborhood of teardowns. All the little houses are getting knocked down, and new people are coming in and building huge houses with tall fences.
Yeah, most of my neighbors are doing better than we are.
Now think. Do any of you know a neighbor who could be having financial trouble?
There's a man down the street that lost his job at the beginning of the year. He's a great guy. I think he's a great worker too, but it took like 4 months for him to find another job. And now his new company that he's with is having some financial problems. I know he told me he's really worried.
Sounds like he needs to find a new career.
Well, he's over 50.
Good. I mean, not for your neighbor. But yes, you've won. The easier way to do it. But at Elmhurst Yorkfield, if you're not going to eat that peanut butter, or say you don't want a package of dried beans, you don't have to take it.
So if I don't take the peanut butter, what do I get instead?
The choice with peanut butter is whether you want it or not.
Oh.
I've got a story.
Trying to win my peanut butter?
Go ahead, Ann.
Some people built a massive house down the street. I never met them. I only heard their dogs barking. Then one of my neighbors said they had moved, and I realized I hadn't seen that little red sports car in a while. The neighbor said they had moved one evening after dark, so we never saw a moving truck. That was on purpose. Something went wrong, and they couldn't afford the house anymore.
That's happening more than we realized.
But people need to live within their means.
That's right. If you can't afford a house, you shouldn't buy it in the first place.
Well, but we had a problem a couple of years back.
Wait a minute, do I win something?
Why not? You win a package of spaghetti.
Hey, this is whole grain. I'm not sure how it's going to go over with my husband.
Well, why don't you give it a try? The food pantry provides healthy choices when possible. So many people with food insecurity don't have access to whole grain or fresh produce. Now, let's hear Brenda's story.
Well, the little company my husband worked for had a hard time after 2008. Then another job got put on hold. To avoid more layoffs, everybody got a cut in pay. My husband was put on half salary. No warning. The kids had just had their dental appointments. I discovered we couldn't afford to send more than one person to the dentist per month, but we already had.
Don't you have dental insurance?
Well, that dried up a long time before.
Well, I would have demanded dental insurance.
Yeah. What kind of company did he work for?
Well, it was a good, solid company, but it was small, and the insurance companies kept raising the rates.
Continue.
Then the kids needed new shoes. They're at that age when their feet are growing and they're running around all the time. My son had a big rip in his sneaker. If you know my son, he has huge feet. But we couldn't afford shoes because of our dental bills.
Well, you're lucky you didn't need cleats. When my kids need cleats, they all need them at the same time, and I feel like I got to take out a bank loan.
Let's let Brenda continue. What did you do, Brenda?
Well, we slowed the cash flow as much as we could. We canceled the cable. We canceled the newspaper. We stopped ordering pizza.
No pizza? Man, we would die.
It was hard. We didn't go out for ice cream. We didn't go to the movies. No weekend box of donuts.
No treats?
None. But every month it was something extra. Real estate taxes, insurance, school physicals. Then the car needed belts and hoses. We were as frugal as we knew how to be, and we just couldn't afford our life.
You've just got to budget your money better.
Right. You just make a chart, divide out your income, you decide how much you're going to spend on groceries, clothes, utilities, you know.
Yeah, I do understand the concept, and I did try, but there just wasn't enough to cover everything. I couldn't let the insurance lapse. I mean, we couldn't not fix the car. I was so relieved that everyone could still fit into their winter jackets.
Well, thank you, Brenda, for sharing all that. I think you've earned a bar of soap.
A bar of soap? Thank you.
Let me guess, clients are allowed 1 bar of soap per month.
You're right.
But 1 bar of soap doesn't last a month in our shower, and we've got 2. And you should see the supply list when my daughter got packs for college at the end of the summer. Shampoo, soap, dental floss, lotion, Tylenol, Motrin, toothpaste, detergent, Kleenex, toiletries. The trip to the store always costs me over $100. But it's not like she's asking for a new wardrobe. It's just everyday stuff she needs. What do you say to your kid? Borrow your roommate's deodorant?
You see how all that adds up?
Do I win anything?
If you must, what would you like? How about a can of tuna or a can of chicken?
Canned chicken? I'm not sure I've ever had that before. How do you eat it?
There are lots of things you can do with canned chicken. Volunteers at the food pantry are hoping to develop easy recipes for clients who aren't sure what to do with certain foods. Maybe even hold a cooking demonstration once a month.
In the meantime, I'll take the tuna.
Now let's get back to Brenda. Brenda, when you couldn't make ends meet, did you ever consider the food pantry?
No, we weren't that desperate yet. Our nightmare only lasted 5 months, thank goodness. But with no end in sight, it felt like 5 years. Now I see how fast someone can burn through their savings and hit rock bottom.
Thank you so much, Brenda. Let's see. You may have either a bottle of dish soap or a jug of detergent.
Oh my goodness, I don't think I can carry all this home. I've got nowhere to put it in my tracksuit.
The food pantry does supply plastic bags that people bring in.
Oh, wonderful. Then in that case, I'll take the detergent, please.
But some clients can only take as much as they can carry. Some people do not have access to a car. A couple of clients come on the Pace Bus. Some walk a couple of miles. We had a mother walk all the way from Berkeley last winter. You remember last winter? To get food for her kids, and then she had to walk all the way back home. Okay, new question. Which of these items would you not find in the Elmhurst Yorkfield food pantry? Fresh fruit, pet food, children's books, bread, cakes, dental floss?
Pet food.
Actually, twice a year, our clients can get a bag of pet food. Purina makes a donation and a volunteer drives out to pick it up.
I never thought of hungry pets.
When someone falls on rough times, we like to help people keep their pets.
I know, it's books.
No, one of our volunteers has collected used children's books and makes a little kid's library at one corner of the pantry. They can choose a book they like and not even return it if they don't want to.
I know, cakes.
No, some weeks the pantry has cakes and brownies, bread, buns, assorted baked goods from the jewel stores, and they usually donate a variety of things. In fact, everything I mentioned in that list can be found at the food pantry.
Wow, the Elmhurst Yorkfield Food Pantry sounds like an amazing place.
It really is. So we're down to our last question. How can you support the food pantry?
I know. Buy a t-shirt, guys.
Donate food.
Volunteer.
Donate paper and cleaning supplies.
Donate money.
And donate children's books.
Wonderful. And when you do all of that,